lovely people, and welcome to my channel. My name is Stephanie, and this is Evolve Chit. It's my little corner of the world where I like to talk about spirituality, metaphysical stuff, universal laws, and psychology. So in this video, I want to talk about just twin flames in general. This theory, our desire to understand this, because I have to ask you, have you ever felt like you're going crazy because of this connection and this information that seems to defy all logic, which is probably why you're out here seeking and searching and trying to understand it? That's our brains trying to make sense of it all. Maybe you've even shared with some people close to you this experience that you're having and talked about twin flames, and they've just looked at you like you have three heads, and maybe they say things to you like you need to move on with your life, or you need to go find someone else, or you need to go get a hobby or whatever. But there's something deep inside of you that is like, there's something more to this. Like this one feels different. So if you're searching for answers to questions about twin flames, and if you've had these things said to you, I just want you to know that you're not alone. And in this video, I'm going to just break it down, why this experience is happening, what it reveals about your soul alignment, and then how can you balance it out to improve your life. And yeah, maybe that includes magnetizing your twin flame back. So, but first, before I jump in today, I just want to thank you for being here. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back. It's lovely to have you. And if you find my content helpful, I would really appreciate it if you would like this video and share it with others. Also hit the subscribe button and get notifications for future content. And if you have comments, I would love to hear from you. Please put them in the comment section, and if I can provide a meaningful response, I'm happy to do so. Okay, so are you crazy for believing in twin flames, or is there really something way deeper at play here? So let's dive into this. So first things first, let's talk about why the twin flame connection happens. So, a lot of people assume that this is about a romantic destiny, that this is the one person that you're meant to be with. But is that really the truth? I don't know. I can't say that for all people. I don't know your Akashic records, but what I do know for sure is that this experience is about alignment with your soul above and beyond everything else. So look at it this way. Your twin flame is like a mirror reflecting where you may be in and out of alignment with your higher self. So that's why the connection can feel so intense and painful and gut-wrenching and even obsessive, because it seems like it's not designed to be easy. It's designed to wake you up. If your soul is out of alignment, meaning maybe you're carrying around trauma, deep emotional wounds, fears, or limiting beliefs, then your twin flame is going to highlight them like an enormous cosmic flashlight. So this is why so many people report going through a runner-chaser dynamic. So, one person is pulling while the other person is pushing. So like that push-pull energy. A lot of people report emotional highs and lows. Like in one moment feeling spiritually high and very connected and, can tap into what you're experiencing. And then in the next moment, perhaps despair, depression, anxiety, what have you. And then a lot of people report experiencing intense longing and obsession, feeling like you can't move forward without your twin flame in your life. So this is not to punish you. It's actually to bring you to the things to the surface for you to explore and perhaps see what needs healing. So now that you know this, what do you do about it? So if you were trying to connect to that energetic wound that you're experiencing, this is the core wound activation. And I have a blog article on my website I just posted recently, and it's in alignment with actually the video that I recorded on core wound activation not too long ago. And that's like probably my favorite video I've done in a long time. And I wanted to have a written version of that video. So I revised it and put it into an article format on my website. So you can go check that out and learn more about your core wound. And it may help you better understand what you were experiencing on your twin flames journey. Why is this happening to you? What core wounds are you carrying around with you that are being left unchecked, maybe keeping you in lower vibrational states? And where's there opportunity to do some healing? Now, I know some people in the Twin Flames community say no healing required, which I would agree, but what's healing anyway? So this is all a part of a natural process as human beings. So I don't know, like, I think that word healing is just like not the right word to use when it comes to this connection. But when it comes to your emotional wounds and trauma, yeah, you might have some healing to do. So check out the core wound article. I'll have a link to it in my description, the description of this video and the pinned comment, and check that out and let me know what you think. So now that you know this information and you're learning more about your core wound and what might be, what emotional scars or trauma are being triggered, you know, what do you do from here? So, and the answer to that lies in your higher self. And your higher self is the version of you that is already whole, it is already abundant, and it is already in full alignment. So this twin flame experience is happening to bridge the gap between where you are now and your highest potential. That's why I always yell, step into your power at the end of my videos, because that's what this is about. So here's how to know if you are out of alignment with your higher self and you're in lower vibrational states. So things like maybe you were feeling desperate or incomplete without your twin flame. Maybe you're stuck in a loop of waiting and obsessing over their actions or maybe their inaction. And perhaps your self-worth is attached to whether or not they come back. And I've heard this from so many people that they, like, if they can't be with this person, then, you know, they don't want to be with anyone. And I really encourage you not to think about this in those terms of being in a relationship with somebody. It's really about tending to the relationship with yourself. And when you're doing that, again, if this twin flames theory is a real thing, then you are drawing that person back in. So remember that, like, when you make it less about them and make it more about you, this is the way in which you can validate this experience for yourself. So when you continue to align with your true self, you're shifting into a whole new energy. So because you're focusing on your self-mastery, your personal excellence, you're not seeking external validation. You stop chasing and you start attracting. I can say that one for sure for me. I've had that experience with my twin flame. When I stopped chasing him, he would just come right in. And then when I would start up again, he would push back or pull back, and I would. So the push-pull dynamic was really interesting for a while there. Also, you realize that your twin flame is not separate from you because you are already whole. And the beauty of this too is that it's not just about this interaction or connection with this person. It's about our connections and interactions with everything in this world. So how do you balance out your energy and magnetize your twin flame in? So now that you're understanding more about your core wound and what may have been triggered by your twin flame, now that you understand what you can do with this knowledge and use this to connect to your higher self, when you're feeling low vibe, when you're feeling stuck, when the emotions come up, when you can't, figure out what's going on, this is where you can practice self-inquiry. So I have another new article on my website, and because I talk about self-inquiry all the time, I figured it was time just to give you like a very succinct step-by-step approach of how I use self-inquiry for myself and when I'm using this to coach other people. So check out that article on practicing self-inquiry and aligning with your soul. It will definitely help you move through some of the challenges that you have going on by better connecting to those emotions and allowing yourself to explore them, to question why you're feeling them, to see what the root cause is. So check that out, and keep on moving here. We're going to get into this next section here now. So how do you magnetize your twin flame back in, and how do you magnetize your most amazing life? So the key is really turning inward, and this is definitely what has helped me, and it is what I use to guide other people as well. And that is, you want to heal your inner world. So using tools like understanding your core wound activation, using self-inquiry to help you better define and identify what your emotions are, connecting to your inner narrative, these things are going to be vital. So because if your twin flame is triggering deep fears of rejection, abandonment, or unworthiness, you've got to face these patterns head on. It's time. So doing the shadow work, doing the self-inquiry, maybe you want to consider some inner child healing. They are game changers. And one other thing that I'm a big fan of as well, that was a significant game changer for me and my experience, was understanding my attachment style. And I have an article on my website too about attachment style and the spiritual journey. So check that out. And the attachment style information was so helpful because it allowed me to see how I connected to people in good times or not so good times. So, but especially in the not so good times, when I was in lower vibrational states or my fears were activated, it allowed me to see how I attached in those moments. It was hugely significant. And I have to tell you, I read a ton of spiritual content and twin flames content before I found attachment style theory. And I wish I would have found the attachment style theory within like the first weeks of understanding twin flames and put it all together then, because it would have saved me years of research, years of time and money and energy and tears sunk into trying to figure this out. So healing that inner world is vital. And again, I'm just sharing with you tools that I use that were very helpful for me. And, check out those articles, the one on the core wound activation, the one on self-inquiry, and the attachment style theory article, and read them in that order. It'll help you better understand, why is this experience happening to me? What can I learn from this? What can I do with this information? Practicing the self-inquiry and using attachment style theory, how are we healing that inner world, that inner narrative? So beyond healing your inner world, you're going to stop chasing and you're going to start attracting. If you're gripping, energetically gripping onto this person, you're sending out a frequency of lack and fear. But when you focus on your own joy, your own purpose, and your own self-mastery, you shift into a magnetic frequency. So if you are struggling with content, and I'm going to drop a link to one of my more recent videos about being addicted to your twin flame. If this energetic dynamic is truly a real thing, then they're going to feel that. And based on my experiences with my twin flame and things that he has shared with me, I'm going to say the energy exchange is real. So why not just try it out? Maybe take a break from content or other things that have you gripping onto this relationship, energetically projecting, and just focus on your own stuff, and you're going to attract accordingly. And then finally, one thing that's really important in all of this is your connection to your higher self and the importance of strengthening that. So using techniques like meditation or visualization, doing more things that you love, the more things that are heart-centered practices. Maybe you're into yoga, maybe you like walking, maybe you like cooking, maybe you want to volunteer, maybe you want to pursue some creative projects or other passion projects. Those would be considered heart-centered activities, and they have you connecting and vibrating at a higher frequency. So doing these things are going to help you detach from ego-based fears and allow you to step into greater spiritual clarity. So this is the kind of stuff to do when you may have been doing other things before because you want to be in a relationship with this person. So doing these activities allows you to trust the process and trust the journey, even if you don't see results right away. So I mean, that's really in short what I wanted to talk about in this video. And like I said, like, I don't think we're crazy for believing in this, but I think we're crazy if we don't act upon what we now know. And that is, we are energetic beings and we are projecting a frequency. And what is that showing us about ourselves? So get connected to who you are, understand your core wound, how it may have been activated by your twin flames, your twin flame, or this twin flames journey that you're on, or your spiritual journey. How can you practice self-inquiry to see where your inner narrative is at, help you identify your emotions, especially challenging ones, and help you move through them a little more fluidly? And then learn more about your attachment style and how you connect and attach to people and all sorts of relationship dynamics. So not just the one with your twin flame. This experience is just the big one, and it's showing you, this, putting this enormous spotlight on this experience. But learn more about all those inner workings of yours to see where they may be keeping you out of alignment with a being in your optimal frequency, vibrating at a higher vibration. So check those articles out. And I'd love to hear from you on what you think about these topics, and if you think you're crazy for believing in twin flames. So this is just a reminder that you are loved, you are amazing, you are awesome, you are necessary, and you are really freaking needed right now. So step into your power. And until next time, I'm sending you lots of love and good vibes for your journey.